Hey guys, welcome back. So I decided to redo this video so that it's a little bit more organized. I did a video tutorial a couple days ago on audio effects and Super Studio so that you can sound a lot better. But it was a little bit disorganized, so I decided to take some notes from that original video and just redo it. So I'm going to be reading off some of these notes so that I cover all the key things within the 10 minutes. The 10 minutes is going to go really fast. So first of all, welcome. Thanks for checking this out. To make a long story short, Smule, as you know, has a lot of different sound effects or audio effects. And this video is really going to focus mostly on Super Studio and maybe the difference between that and Studio and touch on a few of the others. Now, I've been using Smule for about a year now. And what I've noticed after following some of the best singers here, my idols and some dear friends, is that actually Super Studio is the more professional choice for the better singers. It's also my own personal favorite by far because it's more versatile, more powerful, and professional sounding. So we're going to talk today all about Super Studio and how you can use it to sound a lot better. Okay, first of all, free users don't get Super Studio as of today, August 1st, 2018. So, and it's kind of unfortunate because it can make a really big difference, noticeably. And I'll be honest, I have never once used none effect, like no effect, or Polish, except where it was required for competitions or auditions, okay? Because it just sounds like basically raw and crappy. Or just like, yeah, sure, it's real. It sounds like the way you would sing to your cat, but yeah, I think you get my point. But if you want to sound much better and take advantage of the technology that the app offers, and really it's the same thing that professional singers do. If you think about like what a producer is and when they're producing music, what does that mean? Sometimes it sort of implies that you're making your own songs and stuff, but it also usually implies a mixer, okay? And if you know anything about mixing or mixing software, DAWs and stuff like that, digital audio, etc., then you'll know that there's no shame in this game. So if you're thinking, oh, Polish and none, oh, I want to sound shiny, I don't want to add anything artificial. And that's okay. If that's your thing, that's fine. But there's really no shame in adding, in polishing what's immediately available to you and everyone else, and including the people who are listening to you. And why not make it a better listening experience for them at the same time if you can, right? So, let's talk about some of the other effects really quickly before we get into Super Studio. What about grunge? I rarely use that, maybe one song in every 500 or something, or 1,000. And Stardust, I use every now and then. It's quite rare, maybe 1 in 200 songs or something, or 1 in 100 or something. Rarely for maybe alt rock or new metal or something, an occasional Linkin Park song, but not all of them, just 1 or 2. How about... Oh, and others I've never used would be like pop star, it's fucking useless to me, in my own opinion. Indie, SF opera, you never hear anybody talk about those. Maybe people talk about indie, but I've looked at that hundreds of times, and I've never personally seen any advantage of indie that other effects like Super Studio offer, and with much better results. So what about Studio? Okay, not to be confused with Super Studio. So I use Studio very rarely, maybe 2% of the time actually. It's good if you just want some reverb and room effect, but 2 warnings, okay? 1, it's only a single combination setting. It can't be adjusted. You cannot adjust the reverb and the room size with Studio. It sounds nice sometimes, but it also sounds very fake sometimes, and very, not fake, but like conspicuous. If your volumes are too high. That's the second point, which is that if you're going to use Studio which I really don't recommend routinely. If you have Super Studio, which is the whole point, which is in the name, the meaning's in the name, Super Studio, meaning it's like Studio plus more. Unless you're just having a bad day, you're tired, or you're feeling lazy, then I guess it's okay. But remember to dial the volumes down on Studio to like -7.5, because over that, you'll hear that echo, and it will sound too much. It'll sound too pronounced, too obvious, too conspicuous, okay? So let's talk about Super Studio. So Super Studio, or SS, is actually a much better way to go because you can actually adjust the reverb and the room, unlike Studio. So you'll see singers, like all the good singers say, in their caption of their song say, I recorded in, SS 37/22 -2.5. What does that mean? Well, the 37 is the top bar in Super Studio, and that's the reverb. And then the 22 that they mentioned after the slash is the room effect, or the room size. And then the last number, like -2.2 or 2.5 or whatever the number they throw out, is the volume. Some of the better singers know not to necessarily mention the volume because they know different phones have different volumes and sensitivities. And they know, or they hope, that this person who joins them will try to match the volume manually at the end. Okay, so now some of you guys might say, oh, fuck it. I just finished a song. I'm at the end of my workday or whatever. I'm just here to sing. I'm just here to sing. Everyone always says that about everything here. I'm just here to sing. So, but what about if you could just be here to sing, but sing even better and sound way better, right? So the thing is, just like life, okay, it's a little bit of philosophy here. Just like life, where 98% of successful people are the ones who exert that last 10% of effort that no one else wants to do. The same applies for Smule and, in this case, Super Studio. What am I talking about? I'm talking about at the end of a video or song or recording, the last thing you might want to do is have to spend a couple, like 3 or 4 minutes adjusting volumes or reverb and room effect. So this video, I hope, is going to save you a lot of that time. At the start, you'll still be on the learning curve. So there's a necessary part of that curve. You'll still have to learn how to do some adjustments. And you just want to make sure that you're satisfied with the sound at the end. Okay. By the way, I cover some other important issues like volumes and syncing, Limpsync, right? So in other videos that I've done, you can check those out if you wish. So another one that is actually pretty good, is my second most common effect that I'll use, but maybe 10% of the time, as opposed to 90% with Super Studio. But maybe 10% of the time I'll use Super Pop. And it's really awesome if you want that kind of auto-tune effect, or almost more, a little bit robotic in a sense, kind of sterile almost. And it's excellent when used properly, but it's not for this particular video. So here are the really critical tips when it comes to Super Studio. And I hope you made it this far. You will be rewarded. So so let's talk about the reverb and the room size settings, okay? What's a good place to start? Where the hell do I start, right? So I personally feel that I like to start at a reverb of 36 to 40. And I just pick one, I just pick one in that range. And then I adjust from there. And that's an easy adjustment. The room effect is harder. And those tips, time-saving tips, go as follows. Okay, so as you guys, a lot of you guys know who follow me on YouTube, and I hope you do. The purpose of this video is not to get followers. I don't get paid for YouTube. I choose not to optimize or play that game. I just have fun on YouTube. But on YouTube, if you're enjoying my YouTube or you've had a chance, you'll notice that I enjoy a wide variety of genres, like every genre. And that diverse experience has really helped me out with room sizes. So what are some room size tips that'll save you some time? Well, I love rock, as a lot of you guys know. I love all genres, but rock and love songs and stuff like that. So most of my rock songs go over 40. So room effect over 40 is really good. What about like Metallica and Iron Maiden, those kind of bigger, arena stadium kind of, sounds? That's more like 50s, or 40s to 62. I never go above 80. Background vocal layers, I think I'll do an extra video on just that right now. Thanks for watching.